Hi, I'm Yvonne Prin with Bible 805, and I want to give you an idea of some of the lessons that I have in going through the Bible in chronological order for 2023. The reason the year is important is I've done different things in the past. I'm sure I will repeat it, and I always make really big changes. So this, though, is a series for 2023 that you can really use at any time because they aren't tied to any specific year. Now, here is why this series of lessons is important and why I teach it. In this group, as I said, I go through the Bible in chronological order, and this is, I truly believe, one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and for your people. I have numerous other lessons on the Bible 805 sites that tell you why this is so important, but here is where I actually practice what I preach and teach through this. The lessons, though, even though they are part of a series, you can pull different ones out and use them as standalone lessons. For example, a lesson that is just on, say, the book of Job, or a lesson that's on how to read the prophets, or just different things. You can see the different series, but you can pull them out and use them for standalone lessons if you want to. I'm recording this particular video a little over halfway through 2023, and depending on when you see it, there will most likely be more videos recorded than what I show you, and I'm not even showing you all of them that I've done. So do go to the Bible805.com website. There you can see all of the different ones, the YouTube channel, and I'll have some other links at the end of this brief introduction. But following are some of the samples. These are just the little illustrations of the lessons that I have. Again, many, many more than what I'll show you, but we started out with two lessons on Genesis and Job, answers to the big questions of life. And again, just as standalone lessons, these can be excellent for you because I talk about why are we here? What went wrong? Is this all there is? What about people who never heard about Jesus? Why do innocent people suffer? And how can we help those who are suffering? And so these are some things that we talk about right from the start, and they have proven to be very helpful to people. Then Exodus, new beginnings for Moses, Israel, and us. We all probably, if we've lived any life at all, feel like we wish we could do things over. And we often forget that Moses started out in the biblical story of him, in addition to him being a little baby and all that. He was a general, he was a leader in Egypt, but he was also a murderer. He fled for his life. He was a fugitive. But when he probably thought his life was over and there was nothing more to be done, one day a bush was burning. And we never know when God's going to call us. And this lesson will encourage and inspire you in that. We have ones about the different kings, Samuel and Saul, and how one of them listened closely to God, even as a little child. He said, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." And then there was Saul, who is one of the best examples of having so much and completely wasting your life because he didn't listen to God. And then, of course, David, great goodness and great sins, but always his heart was in the right place. And then the absolutely tragic story of Solomon, the uses and abuses of wisdom, power, and love. He had everything, the wisest man, the richest man. He had everything that he can imagine in excess, and he threw it all away. But his life is good for us to study and to take as a warning. Following additional lessons, when I taught people the Old Testament, I realized, it's really the backstory of Jesus. The Old Testament tabernacle, sacrifices, and festivals, these really tell us all about the types and shadows and the different things that Jesus fulfilled with his life. And so when you look at it in that way, it's just a fascinating study. Then Jonah, because it's about so much more than a fish. And we not only look at his life, what he accomplished, why he ran away the way he did, But we also take some time to challenge ourselves and perhaps think about what might have happened had he not continued to run away even after the city responded. What could have happened had he stayed around to help them grow in the faith, and how we might avoid some of the same mistakes. And then in looking at the fall of Israel, because though God gave him great promises and great provision again and again and again, they did not obey him. But falling is never final with our God. Now, there are free versions of the lessons available on the website and the YouTube channel at Bible805.com, and of course the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bible805. But then, this is something that I cannot recommend enough. I put together then a subscription service for you. If you want to teach the lessons, I have made available the full video teaching that I do, that's ad-free, that's legal for you to download and show. But also, if you want to make the lessons your own, I have editable PowerPoint presentations, notes, questions, everything that you need to teach these lessons, and that is at the Bible805.com Academy. Just $4.99 a month or $36 a year. Really extremely reasonable price, and it will give you a wealth of teaching resources. So do please check that out. Not only for yourself, but to help the people that you teach, that you're responsible for, to help them get to really know, learn, and trust the Bible. And I pray that you will take advantage of these resources. I'm Yvonne Prin with Bible 805.